We are studying here designing part, introduction to UML. Introduction to what? UML. Here the main things are what? Visualizing, specifying, and constructing, and documentation. Here we have three building blocks. Those are things, relationships, diagrams. Things, relationships, diagrams. And we have uh, two different types of diagrams. We have two different types of diagrams. One is the static diagram, another one is dynamic diagram. This static nature and dynamic nature is very important. Okay, the two diagrams are there. Those are what? Static and dynamic diagrams. The static diagrams are, okay, static diagrams and dynamic diagrams. Dynamic diagrams. Then static diagrams means it will be showing the system. It will be showing the system, how it will be work and what happened. Those will be discussing in static diagrams. The static diagrams are class diagrams, object diagrams, component diagrams, deployment diagrams. Class, object, component, and deployment diagrams. The dynamic diagrams are use case diagrams, interaction diagrams. In that interaction diagram, sequence diagram, and collaboration diagram. And third one is state machine diagram. In that state machine diagram, state chart diagram, and activity diagram. Okay, every week I would like to discuss two diagrams. Okay, this week I would like to discuss about the theoretical part. Okay, then next week I would like to discuss uh, class diagram and use case diagram. Class diagram and use case diagram. And one week I would like to discuss sequence diagram and collaboration diagram. And one week I would like to discuss state chart diagram and activity diagram. Okay, and 2 weeks, 1 week I would like to discuss this component diagram and deployment diagram. Totally, for this designing part, it will be take minimum 5 weeks. Minimum 5 weeks. And today first session. This is a theoretical section, and the next 5 labs we will discuss nine diagrams. Nine diagrams. Then I would like to explain one system, ATM system. I would like to explain. Okay. Then we have different types of. We have the applications of UML diagrams, enterprise information system. We can use and banking and financial services, and telecommunications, transportations, defense and aerospace, retail, medical, electronics, scientific. Okay, and distributed and web-based services. Here, then what is the difference between static diagrams and dynamic diagrams? Then what will be explained about the static diagrams and dynamic diagrams? Then static diagrams means what I told. It will be telling about the system. Okay. Then we are designing about the system. And this dynamic diagrams we can see, and we can showing the execution process, then how it will be running the system, then how it will at that execution time, how it will be running. Okay, those we will discussing in dynamic diagrams. Okay, here we have three building blocks. The first one is things, then second one is relationships, third one is diagrams. Things, relationships, and diagrams. The things are very important. The things are four things. One is structural things. Then what is the purpose of these things? This thing, the purpose is for designing part. and how it will be behavior, then how will be combined. Okay, those all are what things in UML. Things in UML: structural, behavioral, grouping, annotational. Here the structural things are the structural things are we are representing static part of the model. Then structural things, what we will tell, static part of the model. You can see here, this is a structural thing. This is what structural thing. In these structural things, we have class, object, collaboration, and nodes. Class, objects, collaboration, and nodes. You can see here class, object, collaboration, use case, component, and node, actor. These seven things are structural things. You have little bit knowledge about object oriented programming. The Java language knowledge is enough for understanding the unified modeling language, for understanding the unified modeling languages. Then structural things, the class. What is a class? Please tell me what is a class. Please tell me what is a class. Hello.
Blueprint of an object.
Blueprint of the object. Then what is a blueprint of the object? And ఏంటిది blueprint of the object and ఏంటిది? Then it describes set of objects that share the same attribute operations, relationships, and semantics. Then class have, you are telling the blueprint of object, blueprint of object. Okay, that's fine. Blueprint of object. And we can say class is a collection of data members and what? Data members and what? Member functions. And another way we can say the class is what? Properties and what? Methods or functions. Here we are saying the class is collection of attributes operations. The class is what? Collection of attributes operations. Then here in the structural thing, the designing part, we are showing the static things, means we are representing the real-time system. Okay, example, for example, I would like to say this is the your Java programming inheritance concept. Class parent on the class parent, the parent has some properties and methods, some properties and what? Methods. And class child is there. The child extends to what? Parent. Child extends to what? Parent. Then which mechanism this one? Which mechanism this one?
Inheritance.
Good. Inheritance. Then this is the coding part. Before this coding, you must and should be designing the concept. This is an inheritance concept. The two classes are there. Then two classes are there. Then what is the structure of this class? The structure of this class name, attributes, and operations. Then what is in a class name? What is in a class name? Parent. Yes or no? Then what is an properties of parent? Name. And another properties, parent ID, some. Then what is an methods of parent? Maybe he may be employee, he may be eating, some drinking, whatever that what. Okay, then walking. Those are methods of your parent. Then what about the another class? What about the another class? Another class is what? Child class. Then child also have some properties, name, some ID, but some properties inherited to from parent. If the parent have some surname, is it required to write in child class? Is it required to write in child class?
No.
No need. Why? Because the child receiving the surname from parent. Okay, this is a designing part. We are showing this is the parent. Parent have some name, ID, and surname, and eating, drinking, and walking. And the child have some name, ID, and eating. These are the designing part. We are given designing part. We are giving designing part to. We are giving designing part to whom? Developer. We are giving this designing part to developer, and that developer will be implementing the code. మీరు ఏదైతే స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇచ్చారో డెవలపర్కి ఇస్తే డెవలపర్ ఏం చేస్తాడు? ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ రాస్తాడు. మీన్స్ బిఫోర్ డెవలపింగ్ we need to do designing part. Okay, first you can designing the project, then after you can develop. Then same similar way your SDLC first gather the requirements. After completion of requirements, you do designing. After designing, development. Then after development, testing. After testing, maintenance. Means before developing project, what you will do? Designing is very very important. Now you are in final year, fourth year students. Don't go directly development part. Don't go directly development part. Initially gather the requirements. Second one is you can do the literature survey, and after literature survey, then go for designing part. In the designing part, use class diagrams, sequence diagrams, sequence diagrams, and use case diagram. These three diagrams are very very important: class diagram, sequence diagram, and use case diagram. Then first you can construct the design, then after constructing the design, go for development. After completion of development, you can test your project, is it correct or not. If it is an ATM system, if it is an ATM system, you can test the ATM system. ATM system allowed 10 rupees or not? ATM system, is it allowed 10 rupees or not? Please tell me. You are visited ATM system, you are inserted your card, and you are asking 10 rupees amount. Is it possible to getting the 10 rupees amount from ATM system? Is it possible? Hello, please respond.
No, sir.
No. ATM system 10 rupees వస్తాయా? రావు. Then if you are entered some 50,000, if you are entered some 50,000, is it possible to receive the amount from ATM system? Not possible. 50,000 receive చేసుకోవచ్చా? Receive చేసుకోవచ్చు. At that time, you must and should be test the system. Then if the user asking 10 rupees, simply you can say not possible, not possible. If you are enter 50,000, not possible, not possible. Okay, this is a testing part. Means the structural things means we are representing the things. We are representing the things. The first one is class representation, class name, attributes, and operations. Next one is the object. What is an object? What is an object? Object means the reality. Object is what? Reality. Yes or no? It is a collection of operations that specify service of class or component. Then what is an object? The reality. Yes or no? Then a vehicle is a class. What is an reality? If the vehicle is a class, what is an object? మీకు ఇదని సిస్టమ్ అర్థం కావాలి. వెహికల్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఎ క్లాస్, దెన్ వాట్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్? ప్లీజ్.
Vehicle name.
ఓయ్
Car,
వాట్ యు
car, truck.
గుడ్. వెహికల్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఎ క్లాస్. వెహికల్ ఈజ్ వాట్? క్లాస్. Then what are the objects? Objects means reality. Reality is what? Car is an a vehicle, that is an object. And next one is what? Truck is an a vehicle, that is an object, another object. Then what is an a third one is what? Car, truck, and another one is what? Uh,
Bus.
Motorcycle, bus. Bus is an a vehicle, that is also object. Okay. Then in class diagram we are representing overall systems. Then objects means we are representing the specific objects. We are representing the specific objects. That is an a what is an that is what? Second structural thing. Then structural thing means then static part of the model. We are representing the physical and conceptual element. The what are the physical elements we are seeing? Whatever the physical elements we are observing, that we will represent in such structural things. Then third one is collaboration. Then collaboration we means we are using this one for interaction purpose, communication purpose. Then fourth one is use case. Use case, when we are using this use case, when we are representing some system, when we are representing some systems, when we need to identifying some components, at that time we are using use cases. We are using use cases for understanding inserting the card, that is an use cases. You can see, for understanding I would like to show the use case. Okay, you can see here, these all are the use cases. These all are what? Use cases. Your this is a library management system. This is what? Library management system. Then in that library management system, what are the systems, what are the things, what are the use cases are there? Means you are searching some book, that is some system. Okay, you are searching means we are doing searching process. Then issuing the books, that is also a system. Then renewal of books and pay fine, return books, these all are what? Use case. And who is the actors? The user, student is an actor. Then which person is an actor in library? In library, which person is an actor? These all are the systems: searching books, issue books, renewal books, pay fines. Okay, these all are what? Return books, use cases. Means it will be doing some process. It will be do some process. And persons are actors. The persons are what? Actors. Then who is that person in library management system? Maybe student, maybe staff. Who will be visited to the library? Student or staff? And who will be perform these operations? Librarian means these are the actors. These are the use cases. These are the what? Use cases. Okay, is it clear about the use cases? Is it clear about the use cases? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Use cases means it will be do some process. The actors means the persons. The actors means the persons. Maybe the staff, maybe the HOD, maybe the whatever the staff, all staff comes under use cases. Then components. The next one is what? This is a use case, and actor is completed. Then components. The components means it is a physical and replaceable part that conforms and provides the realization of set of interfaces. Here in this component, we have some set of interfaces are there. For understanding this component diagram, I would like to show one example. I hope everyone have this. I hope everyone have this one material. Material में దగ్గర ఉంది కదా?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can see here. These are the components. In that components, we are representing the physical things. Those components have some set of things. Okay, and those components are communicated with interfaces. Okay, These all are components. The files means the collection of data. Okay, we are representing in component. In that component, what are the subsystems are there, or sub interfaces are there, you can represent. Okay, those are components. Okay, this is an interface. Then interface is also there in components. Then what is an interface? What is an interface? What is an interface? Interface అంటే ఏంటిందనా? We are defining the methods, and implementation is done in classes. Just we are declaring the methods, and those methods will be implemented in classes. Then you can see here, this is an .exe files. We have some sub parts are there. ఏ files లో కొన్ని sub parts ఉంటాయి. Then here some ATM transaction is there. In that ATM transaction we have some sub parts, and we here .h files are there. We have some sub parts. Okay, these all are what? These all are what? Components. One good ఏంటి? Components. Okay, then we will see that component information in component diagram. Okay, we will study about the clear information in component diagram at that component time. Then totally how many things are covered? Totally how many things are covered? Class, object, class, object, collaboration for communication purpose, use cases. We are representing the systems, identifying the systems and processes. Then components, those are physical things. Then inside we have some sub process or sub files. Then nodes means the main process we are representing. అంటే మెయిన్ ప్రాసెస్ ఉంటాయి చూడు, వాటిని మాత్రమే రిప్రజెంట్ చేయడానికి నోట్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, then a physical resources that exist in runtime and represent the computational resources. Okay, for nodes you can see this diagram. For understanding purpose, I would like to show this one. Then physical process. Here you can see, for representing the physical process. Then outside, whatever the things are there, then those we are representing in nodes. Here, what are things? ATM machine. Then outside, we are seeing ATM machine, and we are seeing the modems. Okay, and the server. Some work will be going on, and ATM card. Then these four things only we are representing in what? Nodes. We are representing the nodes. Then what we are then here, this is a dark representation and white representation. Then we are saying this is a process. If we are doing the process, we are representing in this node. Then it is a device. We are not representing with shading. ఒకవేళ ప్రాసెస్ అయితే అది ఒక బ్లాక్ షేడింగ్ లో చూపెడతాం. ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ డివైస్ మీన్స్ వితౌట్ షేడింగ్ లో చూపెడతాం. ఓకే, then where we are using these nodes, we are using these nodes in deployment diagrams. In the deployment diagrams we are showing the main processors and main devices. Then we will see at that time of deployment diagram we are identifying the things, and then we will develop the things. Okay, then this is about the nodes. Okay, these seven things are structural things: the class, object, collaboration, use case, component, node, and actor. Okay, these structural things are we are using in different diagrams. ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తాం, ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తాం అనేది we will see in uh, future classes. Then second one is behavioral things. The behavioral things means it is in a dynamic nature. The behavioral things we will see in execution time. Execution time lo ఎక్కువ చూస్తుంటాం. The first one is interaction. Then how we are interaction using the association relationship. Using what? Association. When we are interacting, we are passing the message. We are communicated through association. You can see this is an association. Through association, we are passing the message. Okay. Then state machine. State machine means we are representing the states. Then what are the states we are seeing in outside? Just like in a library management system, if you're understanding the library management system, you know some states. Then what you know, then you will go login is a one state. Then asking the books is an a some state. Some searching the books is an a some states. Okay, these all states we are representing in state machine. Okay, this is an a state machine diagram. This is what? State machine symbol. Okay, what are the states in that system we will represent in state machine. Then this is for message passing, and these all are representing the states. These all are representing the states. What are the steps are there? Those steps we are representing in state. Then when we are understanding the state machine in state chart diagram, state charts మనకు 7 diagrams ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఈ 7 diagrams లో స్టేట్ మెషిన్ డయాగ్రామ్స్ లో స్టేట్ చార్ట్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఓన్లీ స్టేట్స్. వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఓన్లీ స్టేట్స్. క్లాస్ డయాగ్రామ్స్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఓన్లీ క్లాసెస్. Object diagram we are using only objects. Then component diagram we are representing the components. In deployment diagram we are representing the process and devices. And use case diagram we are representing the systems and actors. In interaction diagram we are representing the sequence diagrams, what are how it will be going the sequence. In that sequence diagram we are we will use the objects. Okay, in collaboration diagram we are using the states. In state machine diagram we are using the exact states. And state chart diagram and activity diagram we are using the what are the states are there. Okay, అంటే ప్రతి డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఒక్కొక్క ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. క్లాస్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఉన్న ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఉండదు. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఉన్న ఇంపార్టెన్స్ క్లాస్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఉండదు. దెన్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ లో చూపెట్టేటప్పుడు కాంపోనెంట్స్ చూపెడతాం. డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డిజైన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. దిస్ 9 diagrams are very very important for designing part. In that 9 diagrams we are using we are in that 9 diagrams we are using class diagram, and we are giving highest priority to class diagram, యూస్ కేస్ డయాగ్రామ్, సీక్వెన్స్ డయాగ్రామ్. ఈ 3 డయాగ్రామ్స్ కి చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తాం. ఓకే, ఎందుకు వాటికి చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తామో అనేది దెన్ యూ విల్ బి అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్. దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ గ్రూపింగ్ థింగ్స్. ఫర్ గ్రూపింగ్ థింగ్స్ మీన్స్ we are representing the packages. What is a package in Java? This is a package representation. What is a package? Definition of package. Please tell me definition of package.
Collection of classes.
Collection of process. Container
Classes.
of class. Packages is a container of classes. And we have n number of classes are there inside package. Example is what? If you are taking the IO package, if you are taking the IO package in Java, with Java, Java is very very important. In that IO packages, what is there? Data input streams are there. Data input streams are there. Okay, if you are taking the utility packages, then what are the classes there? Some scanner classes are there. In the data input stream, some methods are there. Some parse int method is there. Okay, so many methods are there inside of data input stream means the packages means the combination of a number of classes and methods. Those packages are representing in this diagram. Okay, this is the annotational things, not annotational things, the grouping things. In that grouping things, we are representing the packages. We are representing the packages. Then annotational things. Annotational things means just like in a comment of your just like a comment of your Java. What is a how many comments are there in Java? uh, this is a single line comment. This is a multi-line comment. This is what multi-line comment. And this is what document. This is what document. S- Slash, two stars, and some statements, star slash. This is what documentation and documentation. This documentation we are calling in OOD annotational things, and here what we are calling here annotational things. Annotational things means we are representing some note అంటే దీంట్లో ఒక నోట్ రాస్తాం, కామెంట్ రాస్తాం. That is an annotational thing. Is it clear? Then next one is relationships. Those relationship, first one is a dependency relationship. Dependency relationship, the dependency we are representing in dashed line arrow. How we are representing the dependency? Dashed line arrow. I think you know very well about the dependencies concepts in DBMS. మీరు డిపెండెన్సీస్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఎక్కడ నేర్చుకుంటారు అంటే డిబిఎంఎస్ లో నేర్చుకుంటారు. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? హ్యావ్ యూ ఆల్రెడీ ఆర్ డన్ dependency concepts?
Yes.
Then a a to b, then what is the meaning of a to b? Then which one is a dependent and which one is determined? A dependent to b, b dependent to a. చెప్పండి డిపెండెన్సీ కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పండి. A dash line arrow b. DBMS చదువుకున్నారుగా? DBMS means A determine b and b depending on a. If you have done any changes in a, if you have done any changes in a, that will be reflected to what? B. That's why b is depending on what? A. Then this meaning a determines b, b depending on a. Then what is an when we are seeing the depend when we are writing this dependency, if you have done changes in left hand side, that will be reflected to what? Right hand side. Okay, that is the concepts of dependency. అదొకవేళ చేంజ్ అవుతుందంటే it is a relationship between two things in which change in one element also reflects to another element. ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ని చేంజ్ చేస్తే ఇంకో ఎలిమెంట్ కూడా రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. Okay, that is that relationship where we are saying the dependency relationship antam. That we will see in future, then how it will be dependent. Okay, the next one is generalization. Generalization means what? Inheritance concept. Generalization and inheritance concept. Then here inheritance concept, HOD sar is there. Under HOD sar who will be there? Under HOD sar who will be there? Staff is there. Okay, staff is there. And non-teaching people are there. And programmers are there. Programmers are there. The non-teaching or some for another category employees are there. Then all HODs, then CSC HOD and EC HOD, they are under whom? Principals are. Yes or no? Principals are. This is what inheritance relationship. Then principals are is on topmost level and next level is what? HODs. And the least level is what? Staff, programmers. Then below staff who will be there? Huh? Students are there. Okay. Then principals are pass the information to HOD. HOD sir will be passed information to staff, and staff pass the information to what? Students. Then this is an inheritance relationship. Inheritance relation. HOD inherited to principal sir. Staff inherited to HOD sir. Students inherited by staff or faculty. These all are what? Generalization relationship. Generalization relationship. Generalization. Representing in generalization. Okay. Next one is a realization. Realization means in interfaces relationship. Interfaces relationship. Then interfaces relationship means you know the very well interfaces concepts. You know the very well interface concepts. Then class, some method is there. Here the class is there. Some method is there. Here some method is implemented. Here some method is implemented. Then this is a class is communicated with interface. Interface and class. What is an class extends to what? Inheritance. Class extends to what? Class. Yes or no? Class extends to class. When the in interface concept, what keyword will become? Interface. Please.
implements,
Interface implements what? Sorry. Class implements.
interface,
Class implements interface. In that concept we are using this realization concept, realization arrow. Okay. Then association, you know very well association, uh, dash line for message passing, and unidirection association and bidirectional association. Single direction and this is a single direction association, and this is a bidirectional association. ఈ సింగిల్ డైరెక్షన్ అసోసియేషన్ చూపెడతాము. బైడైరెక్షన్ అసోసియేషన్ ఓన్లీ డాష్ ఉంటుంది. యూనిడైరెక్షన్ అసోసియేషన్, బైడైరెక్షన్ అసోసియేషన్. Okay. Then aggregation means the total system will be uh, communicated in a single component or single class. We are representing in aggregation. Okay. We can say here has a relationship. Then the total thing, then college management system. In that college management system, okay, this is a university. Okay, university, the total thing will be depending, will be aggregated to university. Under university, then different deans are there. In that deans, under deans, what are the HODs are there. Under HODs, some staff is there. Under staff, students are there. Then all are connected to what? University. This relationship, what? Aggregation relationship. This relationship, what? Aggregation relationship. Okay. Then tomorrow we will see the UML diagrams. In that UML diagrams, tomorrow, next week or in this week, if any hour is you are free, then I will take the class. Use class diagrams. Next class we will see class diagram. Is it clear, students? Is it clear? Then I will send the software. మీకు సాఫ్ట్వేర్ సెండ్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే. ఆ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ రేషనల్ రోజ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ సెండ్ చేస్తాను, and you can install that software. And next week onwards I will show the execution process. థియరిటికల్ గా ఏముండదు, అన్ని డయాగ్రామ్స్ డ్రా చేసి చూపెడతాను. ఎలా డ్రా చేయాలో నేను చూపెడతాను. ప్యారలల్ గా మీరు కూడా డ్రా చేయండి. దెన్ యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ద సిస్టమ్, and you can identify the things, and you can make the design. Okay, thank you.